WWE NXT Goldrush Week 2, November 25th, 2025, Tuesday. Let's just get right into it. They kicked the show off with a title match, of course. Evolve Championship on the line. The man, Sean Legacy versus Young Jackson Drake. Y'all already know, representing the Vanity Project. And it's being that this was an Evolve Championship match, they had the young Pete Rosenberg on the announce team with Booker T, and who the other dude would be with Booker T?
Vic Joseph.
So it was Booker T, Vic Joseph, and Pete Rosenberg announcing. And let me tell you, man, this is a really, really good match right there. Y'all already know Sean Legacy. He on a whole nother level. He can do like any damn thing. 540s, swantons over the top rope, all of that. He's very talented. I'm a huge Sean Legacy fan. It's just that, he can't find a way to win a lot. He goes on, he got ups and downs. He goes on winning streaks, then he goes on losing streaks. And you already know Jackson Drake. I'm a fan of Jackson Drake too. Not a big fan of the Vanity Project or Swipe Right, but Jackson Drake, man, he been doing his thing, holding down that Evolve Championship, holding it down, been beating everybody. Well, really, because of the help from his crew, and no different from this match. The Vanity Project, they was interfering little by little, doing little things behind the referee's back, getting under Sean Legacy's skin, just doing little certain things. But Jackson Drake, though, he was still landing a lot of big moves. He led one move where he landed a flip, like he flipped up and then landed with knees first on Sean Legacy's chest, just with ease, like it wasn't nothing. They was going at it back and forth the whole match. But Jackson Drake, he's just more athletic, got better endurance than Sean Legacy. He was able to stick it out in the long run. And then, not to mention, he got 2-3 other guys with him who was helping him. So he was able to get that victory. He went on a tear at the end and just started beating Sean Legacy ass. And he was able to get that victory and retain that Evolve Championship. What did you think about this match, man?
This match, it was okay.
Did you like the results of it? What you think of Jackson Drake retaining that title and being a reigning Evolve champion?
I literally do not care. Jackson Drake sucks. The Swipe Right sucks, and Sean Legacy sucks.
Damn, that's messed up, man. I rock with both of these guys right here, Evolve Championship style. You already know what it is. Pete Rosenberg on the announce team. It is what it is. But after that, they had Soul Ruka in the back. She was just sitting in the back thinking to herself, she been going through a lot with her injuries and her friendship with Zarya lately. And Ethan Page kind of like bust in on her and told her she need to stop worrying about Zarya. Forget Zarya. She need to focus on herself, focus on getting her belts back, focus on getting better. Basically told her just F Zarya. Don't even think about her. Don't even go out there for her match. And then in the middle of him talking to Soul Ruka, Miles Bourne walked up and told her, don't listen to Ethan. Ethan just a damn hater, hating as usual. Soul Ruka got up and left. And they kicked it off. That was the next match they got into. They had Fallon Henley. She came out with JC Jane and Langley Reed, of course. And all of them was looking good, especially my baby JC Jane. She was looking good. This is one of the best I ever seen JC Jane look. She was just looking good. She had on this red top lace. That's a whole nother video though, man. Shout out to JC Jane though. And she was looking better than ever with that belt on her waist. You already know. But Fallon Henley, she was going against Zarya, and as Zarya came out, like Ethan Page, that game he put on Soul wasn't with Zarya. Zarya was out there all by herself, like a little red-haired Riding Hood, all by herself, finna go against these 3 big bad wolves led by JC Jane. And Speed Championship, you already know. That's a 5-minute match right there. That's 5 minutes. So you already know. Both of them, they match up real well against each other. Fallon Henley and Zarya, Zarya is a powerhouse. Fallon Henley, she more of an overall rounded. She could do pretty much everything. She not a high flyer though, and she not super powerful. Zarya though was beating her ass at the beginning. For the whole 5 minutes pretty much, Zarya was beating her ass, landing some big moves. She almost tapped her out twice. even with Fatal Influence was kind of getting in the way and messing up, Zarya was still beating Fallon Henley ass. It came to the point where they was going at it back and forth, landing move after move, getting knocked down. JC Jane was watching close, Langley Reed was watching close, and it got to the last minute, last 30 seconds, last 20 seconds. It was going back 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and the time completely ran out. And out of nowhere, young Ava had to come out. And once Ava came out, she was like, we in New York, we in Madison Square Garden. We ain't finna let this just be no draw. Sudden death. And she had sudden death and first pinfall get the win. Flat out like that. And from that point on, this is where you seen the distance in between Zarya and Fallon Henley. Who got better wind, who got better endurance. Fallon Henley was beating her ass. Zarya was tired as hell. That 5 minutes put her down. She couldn't really do nothing. Fallon was beating her ass, putting her in submissions, going at us and doing her thing, landing a lot of big moves. And like I said, she almost tapped her out. It came to one point though, Zarya did land a big spear on Fallon in the ring, and she tried to land another one outside the ring. And in the midst of that, she tried to hit Fallon Henley with the spear, and Langley Reed had stepped in and moved her out the way completely, and Zarya ended up hitting them same steps that Jade Cargill ended up splitting her damn face into. Zarya hit them steps. She was pretty much done with after that. Fallon Henley took her in the ring, hit up with her finishing moves, and she got that pin for the win easily. Fallon Henley is the new women's speed champion. She did it. What did you think about this match, man?
This was a great match, and I think Sol Ruka did listen to Ethan Page. I mean, why would she take advice from Miles Bourne? He can't even hear anything.
Damn, man, you gonna do Miles Bourne like, man? Miles Bourne, he's still trying to, that was some good advice, man. Who gonna take advice from a snake like Ethan, even though he is double titled up?
And shout out to Falliana.
Falliana, she a champion though. That means Fatal Influences, they got 2 belts now, so this a big night for them already. You already know. Fallon beat Zarya. Zarya, what would you tell him? Didn't you say Zarya is a jobber or something now? What you talking about, man?
She's a certified jobber.
I don't know about all that, man. She can't be a jobber, man. It's Zarya, man. It's Zarya. But yeah, Fallon Henley. Shouts out to Fallon Henley bringing some more gold to Fatal Influence, beating Zarya, even though she had the help of Fatal Influence. I mean, it is what it is, man. But after that, they had a Shiloh Hill promo. If you don't know, he like a new and upcoming wrestler from I think he's from Chicago. He was at their last live event on November 15th, and he been featured like on the episodes of NXT recently. What you think about Shiloh Hill, man? Toothless Aggression.
Who?
Shiloh Hill, man. You already know. He was talking about how his dad that died, and how his dad inspired him to never give up and to keep trying new things, man. He said he had worked a bunch of different jobs. This man worked at Walgreens, Menards. He was a mechanic. He was a process server, a mailman. He always kept it moving. And now he a wrestler, man. Finna be an NXT superstar. But after that though, they had a really, really big match. A women's triple threat match for the TNA Knockout Championship. So you already know what's at stake here. We had Jordan Grace versus Li Yang Lee versus the champion herself, the biggest of the biggest, the best of the best, Kalani Jordan, the TNA Women's Knockout Champion. TNA Knockout Champion. And let me just tell y'all, man, y'all already know I love triple threat matches. Kalani Jordan was definitely doing her thing in this match, because it seemed like from at the beginning, Jordan Grace and Li Yang Lee, they was starting to like double team her a little bit, so Kalani had to pick her spots because at any given moment they can both turn on Kalani and start beating her ass because they both rather see each other win than have Kalani win. Especially Li Yang Lee, she want to bring that title back to TNA. And by the way, your boy Carlos Silva was in the crowd, the owner of TNA, and Tommy Dreamer was with him. So this was a real big match right here for sure. A real big match, huge match. But it was a lot of great moves in this match. Jordan Gray, she like a little swole powerhouse. Kalani Jordan, she got a nice move set. She can do damn near anything. And then Li Yang Lee, she got the kung fu and all the karate moves. Hit you with a chop, hit you with a knee to the testicles, all kind of stuff, man. She wild out here. She do her thing, man. But Kalani was looking better than ever, doing her thing, standing up strong. And it was going back and forth. Jordan Gray, she was landing some big moves, and Kalani was going in and out. But it came to one point, Kalani was just catching move after move. I think it was a little bit set up. It ain't fair that two like TNA stars, because we already know Jordan Gray, she really represents the TNA. They was kind of double teaming up on her. They hit Kalani with some moves back to back, and she caught that nasty swing around powerbomb from Jordan Grace. Then Li Yang Lee came out of nowhere, did like a roundhouse kick to the back of the head to Jordan Grace, and she quickly jumped on Kalani and got that pin for the win. And she became the new Li Yang Lee is the new TNA Women's Knockout Champion. No one expected her to win. What did you think about this match, man?
This is a good match. I did not expect Li Yang Ling to win at all.
Ain't that your girl?
No.
Shouts out to Li Yang Lee. I wasn't expecting her to win. Didn't want her to win, but if she gonna win, it is what it is. I'm rocking with it 100%. She did what she did, man. She pinned the champion too. So what can you say? How do Lonnie feel about that, man? I don't know I don't know what to think about that. But yeah, Li Yang Lee, she got the victory, beating Jordan Grace and Kalani. It is what it is. But after that, though, they had Fatal Influence in the back, pretty much celebrating and getting Langley Reed ready for her Evolve's Women's Championship opportunity. JC James, she titled up, double cheeked up on a Tuesday. She doing her thing. Fallon Henley, she got a title now. So they just celebrating, doing their thing. But Ava walked in there out of nowhere and told them that JC Jane and Fallon is banned from ringside for the Langley Reed versus Kendall Gray match. So that was a, what can they do then? They cheat every match, so you already know. But after that, they had Ricky Saints. He was in an interview pretty much talking about how he ready to beat Oba ass. And he looking forward to fighting Oba because he got a lot to prove to himself, because he feel like maybe that first time could have been luck. Maybe it was luck or the draw. And he said this time, he said he been thinking about it on his mind. Is it a way that he probably just beat Oba because it was luck? He said he want to officially beat him. Oba had some rest. He said Oba was defending that title a lot, had a bunch of back-to-back matches, and he kind of caught Oba at a time where Oba could have been tired. He said he want Oba at his best, a well-rested Oba Femby. And Oba Femby ain't had no matches. He been rested. He went back to the motherland. He ain't got a few women back in there doing his thing. He charged up now. And Ricky Saints, this is the Oba Ricky Saints want to beat. So it ain't no questions on the table that he beat Oba at his best. What you think of Ricky Saints, man? At deadline, you think he gonna beat Oba Femby?
Yes, I hope so, at least, because Oba is not a weakling.
Yeah, Oba always gonna bring that pressure, especially when it's a title match. But not only that, we had John Cena. He gave out his picks for the Iron Survivor Challenge today. Let's definitely not forget that. That was really important. Did you know who who his picks was?
Okay, for the men's Iron Survivor match, it was Leon Slater, Javon Evans, Joe Hendry, Dion Lennox, and the winner of tonight's main event between Trick Williams and Miles Bourne.
100%. Yeah, definitely. They that's what you think about them contestants.
Yeah, I think that John Cena picked out some good people for this one.
Yeah, you think you should have added your boy Jasper Troy?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that would have been perfect for Jasper Troy to be in there. But yeah, though. And then also through the night they had Izzy Dame. She was actually the progressive spotlight of the night, and she was what was you saying? Izzy Dame was talking about?
She was talking about the reason she betrayed Tatum is because Tatum didn't want to be the champion that Izzy wanted her to be. She wanted to be the champion that she wanted to be, and she was not listening to Izzy, so that's why she did it.
Yeah, basically she wanted Tatum to be a effing robot. She wanted Tatum to not talk to certain people, listen to, or hang out, do this, eat this, walk like this. She wanted, man, Tatum she do her own thing. She a free spirit. She just want to have fun, do her thing. Izzy Dane was trying to control her like she was her mom or something like that. And then you already know, but after that though, after the Ricky Saints interview, and you already know they went into the Kendall Gray versus Langley Reed match for the Evolve's Women's Championship. And let me tell you, they had Pete Rosenberg again doing some special commentary for this match. And let me just tell you, man, this right out the gate, Kendall Gray is super hyper. She came out the gate just beating Langley Reed as just super fast, jerky movements. She got a little Brian Breaker in her. I don't know if she's snorting coke on the side. Something is definitely going up though. She's definitely. She might be on to something. I don't know if it might be energy drinks. Who knows? But what I can say is Langley Reed was looking extra good tonight, ready to fight, ready to win the championship, ready to do her thing, and she did really good. Langley Reed. She hit Kendall Gray with a lot of big moves. It's just that Kendall Gray ass is extra hyper. Every limb you get her, she gonna try to break it and put in submission. You try to kick her, she gonna grab your leg, put it in a submission. You try to punch her, she gonna grab your arm, put it in submission. She get behind you, she gonna try to put you in the headlock. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I hate, even on like 2K, I hate going against a submissionist. And Langley Reed was trying to fight that. She hit one big move when she like knocked Kendall Gray like on the stairs. Kendall Gray, she fucked herself up bad right there. And Booker T, he was really encouraging Langley Reed. He said Langley Reed is the future. That was one of the things he kept saying while he was commentating. And through all the myths and all the drama going on with them going back and forth out of nowhere, even though they was banned, specifically banned by Ava, Fatal Influence came out anyway. JC Jane and Fallon Henley, and they ended up Ren Sinclair trying to like break it up and get involved to help her friend. She got knocked back, and who caught Ren Sinclair, man?
Charlie Dempsey.
It's out of nowhere. Young Charlie Dempsey is back. He had the mustache and the Jerry curl. He brought it with him. You already know he a snake. He ain't to be trusted, but we already know shit. Who wouldn't catch Ren Sinclair? Ren Sinclair can fall right now, and I'm going to catch her. I wouldn't have let her fall either. So, shouts out to Charles Dempsey. I don't know where the hell he came from to catch her, but I would have did the same thing. I'll catch her, hold her, tuck her in, whatever she need. But in the midst of all of that, who you think was out there just extra hyped up? It was Kendall Gray, man. She ain't caring about none of that shit. She even moved out the way so Ren Sinclair can get hit. And she started beating Langley Reed ass. And then she caught her with, I do not like Kendall Gray moveset. I'm not gonna lie. The 50 Shades of Gray, is the gray area. She get in that mode. She hit Langley Reed with a couple of moves and hit her with that final move I'm not a huge fan of. And she got that pin for the win. Kendall Gray retained the title against Langley Reed. She still got that Evolve Women Championship. Shout out to Kendall Gray, man. What did you think of that match, man?
I'm so disappointed that Kendall won this match, and it's such a weak way too. Fatal Influence could have did more,
but they wasn't even supposed to be out there. They was banned.
Still though, they could have helped Laney just a little bit more. And now JC gonna be mad at Laney next week.
Yeah, she gonna be talking like she did Jasmine Nix. She used to talk about her dirty when she came up short in matches. But yeah, shouts out to Kendall Gray. She retained, and she doing her thing right now. But after that though, they showed Dark State in the back getting ready. They showed Deion Lennox. He was super hyped up that he was picked by John Cena himself to be an Iron Survivor contestant. I don't know if I sensed a little. Did you sense a little jealousy when he was like kind of bragging that John picked him or what?
I don't know. Maybe Cutler.
I don't know. It seemed like I felt a little bit of hate there. I don't know, Dark. I don't know. But they was hyping him up and amped up, and he was talking about he gonna go for some singles gold, bring some singles gold to Dark State. So you already know what it is. It's finna go down. But after that, John Cena he named the women that's gonna be in the women portion of the Iron Survivor competition. Who was them contestants, man? Do you remember?
John Cena picked Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Jordan Grace, and the Evolve Women's Champion, Kendall Gray.
Yeah, you already know. Kendall Gray, Miss Kendall Gray, who just got done beating ass. She officially going to be in the Women's Iron Survivor, Evolve contestant. So you already know things finna get crazy. But after that, though, let's get into the final match of the night, the main event. For the winner of this match is the last qualifier to be in the Man's Iron Survivor Challenge. So you already know that it's finna get crazy. But who was the main event of the night, man? Who was the main event?
Miles Bourne versus Trick Williams.
Yeah, Miles Bourne versus Trick Williams. And let me just tell y'all, they done fought a bunch of times too, by the way. This is a really, really, really good match right here. Both of them two, they know each other moveset. They got similar movesets, by the way. Both of them, they got very similar styles, similar sizes too. They like the same height, same weight. They got very similar moves. Miles Bourne is a little bit more technical, but Trick Williams is a little bit more explosive. And he's a little bit more faster too. But other than that, man, they was going at it back and forth. These two right here, they put on some real good matches. Trick Williams, it was times he was getting the best of Miles Bourne, and same thing, Miles Bourne, it was times he was getting the best of Trick. But the thing is, though, Miles Bourne pretty much landed his finishing move like 3 times, and it took a lot out of Trick. The Born Again, he landed it in the ring like 2 times. He landed it outside on Trick Williams, right on that fresh floor. Caught Trick Williams with it outside, threw him in the ring, and did it again. Trick Williams ain't know what to do with that, and he got tired, man. Trick Williams, he couldn't take it no more. Miles Bourne was too much for him, too much German suplexes and all that. And damn, one of the main reasons why Miles Bourne was able to do good in this match, he was able to dodge a lot of Trick Williams kicks. Them Booker T style roundhouse kicks and stuff. Trick Williams caught him with a couple of them, but the main ones that could have like knocked him upside his head, Miles Bourne was up on that, dodging it. He used to it. When you fight somebody enough times, you know they moveset, and pretty much that's what Miles Bourne was on. And he got that victory, caught him with that final Born Again. And Miles Bourne beat Trick Williams, and he's gonna be the final Man's Iron Survivor contestant. What did you think about that match, man?
It should have been Trick.
Well, Trick couldn't do it, man. What was you telling me? Is Trick a jobber now? What was you talking about that?
Yeah, he's a certified jobber now. He has not won any matches. He lost at NXT Live November 15th.
Yeah, Trick Williams has been on an official losing streak. But after Miles Bourne won and he was standing tall, Dark State came out and surrounded him. And they all came out like through the crowd, and they was all finna go in the ring and start beating Miles Bourne ass. But what happened, man? Who came out there and saved Miles Bourne?
The other Iron Survivor contestants, Javon Evans, Leon Slater, and Joe Hendry.
Yeah, and they was kind of at a standstill. All the numbers was even, so Dark State had to think twice before rushing up in there. They like to jump people. They like when the numbers in their favor, so they could take advantage of people. So when it's even, they kind of hesitate. But yeah, though, man, that was NXT Goldrush week 2. A lot of big things. This is the final week. Week 1 was last. I don't know, man. I don't know. What did you think of tonight's episode?
I think last week was better. Week
Oh,
1 of Gold Rush was definitely better than week 2.
yeah, I definitely feel the same way. Especially the final match with Taylor Pasley and JC Jane. That was a good one. I don't like how they ended it off with Trick and Miles Bourne. But either way, then this was still a good episode. I just think last week was better, but this was still a great episode. NXT Gold Rush, you already know what it is. They had a lot of surprises, a lot of title matches from all the way from 4 different companies: NXT, AAA, TNA, Evolve. All those titles was on the line. You got to see superstars from 4 different products. But yeah, this to me was a really good episode. I just think week 1. Gold Rush week 1 was better, but Gold Rush week 2 was still fire though. But yeah, man, we got Deadline coming up, Survivor Series in a couple of weeks, War Games. Y'all already know what it is. Make sure y'all look out for that Survivor Series. We got Deadline. We got Saturday Night Main Event. It's finna get crazy the rest of this year. Thanksgiving. Make sure and happy Thanksgiving to y'all too if you're hearing that, because it's definitely around that time. Happy holidays. It's going down, man. And this whole fall winter season. Message of the day.
Y'all want to know something? Okay. Ren Sinclair breathes premium air.